Superstar.
What's going on, everybody? This is Superstar here, and thank you for watching. Once again, we are releasing two brand new products on IndustryKits.com, hitting you with some heat as usual. Like I said in a past video when I released the legendary Hitmaker bundle pack, I said that Industry Kits, we're going to be releasing not only the things we've always released, which is stuff we know you're going to like preset banks, drum kits, so on and so forth, but also the things that you all request all the time and that you've been requesting for years. And one of these products is something you've been asking for a long time, and you're going to be very excited about it for those of you who can use it. Well, anyway, so for one, we have a preset bank. It's the Trap TakeOver Volume 3 preset bank for Massive, the Massive virtual instrument by Native Instruments. Now, some of you might already have Volume 1 or Volume 2, or you already know about them or heard about them. Super dope preset banks. Pick up Volume 1 and 2 if you don't have it. If you're looking for obvious trap type sounds, they are molded around like the dark trap, just trap genre for trap beats in general. Now, when we say, like I always say, there's no sound that's like you can only use it in one kind of music. I could take a sound that's known for being in West Coast music and put it in a trap beat or an EDM beat or a R&B beat. It doesn't matter. Like, you can use any kind of sound in any kind of beat. It just depends on the melody you play with that sound and the way you play it and the way you use it. So you can use these sounds for any type of music that you're making. You don't have to be a trap producer or be making trap, music. You could use them in film scores or whatever it is you want to use them in. With that being said, I will be coming over here to the computer and giving you a demonstration of the sounds and letting you hear them like I usually do, playing them and letting you hear just some of the things you can do and some of the sounds that are in it. There's 120 presets, I believe. I'll be for sure when we go over here, I'll check and show you, but there's 120, I believe, and also there's a bonus free MIDI loop pack in there. So it's basically just a folder of MIDI files that are broken down into like bass, leads, plucks, so that you know what kind of sounds were used when making them. So then you can apply those kind of sounds from the preset bank or from whatever other sounds you might have and come up with the same type of feel. And you can use them royalty free, of course, 100%, nothing asked for. Even if you use that loop and you make $1 million, it's still royalty free. So that's that pack. Hold on tight if you want to hear those sounds. I'm going to be demonstrating them here in a second, like I said. And moving on to the second release. Now, this is one that a ton of you have been asking for forever since I've been making packs. And this is the FL Studio Mixer Presets pack or kit or bundle or whatever the heck you want to call it. It's a bundle of mixer presets for FL Studio. So I already know a lot of you FL Studio users, you're already freaking out. You're already throwing shit around the room. You're already like, fuck this, I'm going to get it. So let me talk about it some more. So it's broken down into folders. You've got 808, kick, clap, snare, hi-hat, sounds, synths, different folders of presets for different kinds of sounds that you would be using in, production or beats or whatever. If you're a FL Studio user and you're mixing a beat and you have a kick and an 808 in there that need mixing, you can, open up this folder, go to the kicks and, drag the presets right onto your kick until you find which one makes your kick sound how you want. Go to the 808, do the same thing. Now, I don't use FL Studio myself. Some of you, for some reason, still don't know that, even though I say it all the time. I never have and I never do. I've used it when I collaborate with people that use FL Studio, and I'm not really the one using it. They're doing everything, and I'm kind of just watching. So I didn't make these presets myself because I obviously don't use FL Studio. I don't know, never really used it. But that doesn't mean that they're not good or anything. They're really good. They're made by another producer, and when they came together with me with the product, I went over it with them. They let me hear, what the presets did before and after and what they were basically, and they got my stamp of approval because I already know you all are going to love them and they're going to definitely help you take your mixing to another level and help you learn as well. Not only are you applying the mixer presets and getting a better sound, but you can also see on the plugin, what that's doing. You know what I mean? Like, you can see how the knobs change and understand what that plugin does when before you might not have known. So it's a really good learning tool and just a really good thing to enhance your music. Now, to show that off, right here in the same video, I'm just going to bundle all this into one video instead of bouncing around with different videos. Right here, we're going to do a clip, and it's gonna let you hear a before and after a few different beats being mixed. So what the beat sounded like before, just raw, all it has is like the leveling, just leveling out the volume, but there's really no mixing. And then after only thing that's been changed, no, leveling's changed, nothing changed besides simply dropping and dragging these mixer presets onto each channel, like snare, 808, clap. Now these beats are not, dramatically insane beats or nothing. They're just simple beats made to do this type of demonstration. But before you listen to it and before we get to that, you might want to put on some headphones if you're on a laptop, or if you can, or if you're not already, get on your studio computer if you have monitors so you can hear them through there. If you're on like a laptop or a phone or something, you're not going to obviously be able to hear the mixing difference as much, but you will be able to hear it even on like a laptop, because I tested it, and you can, but you can't hear bass and stuff, you know what I mean? But you can definitely hear the difference. So go ahead and take a second, pause the video, and get however ready you want, and let's get into the before and after on these tracks. Now you should have been able to hear off top the difference between before and after. Like I said, you can already hear the quality, and that's pretty much what you get from that. It's, like I said, it's a bundle of mixer presets. This is for FL Studio users only. And when I come over here to the screen now to show you, let you hear some of the demonstrations of the presets that are inside the massive bank, I'm also going to open up the folder for the FL Studio bank and show you how many presets are in there, the folders that they're in, and so on and so forth. So let's just go ahead and get into that. All right, what's up everybody? So we are now over here on the computer as usual, and I'm going to demonstrate the presets for you, or some of the presets. Of course, I cannot do them all. There's a ton of them. As I said when I came over here, I was going to show you, the folder for everything. So let's get into first the folder for, here it is, for Trap Takeover 3. Okay, so we have, once you get the kit, once you open it up, you're going to have, the presets. They're categorized in bass, effects, lead, pad, and pluck. As you can see, this is how many presets are in each folder. That was bass. This is effects. This is lead. This is pad. And this one's pluck. So a nice amount of sounds. And this is the bonus MIDI and loop pack that I talked about. They're categorized in bass, lead, pad, and pluck as well. So you go into the bass, boom, you got bass. You go into lead, so okay, so you can use banger lead. And as you can see, they're named the same thing. So these MIDI files were made by using the actual sounds in this kit too. So if you go over here, you want some inspiration, you got some beat block, and you go over here to the leads and you see banger lead. and you're like, you play it and you're like, damn, I like that melody. It just plays in a little generic piano sound. And you're like, okay, I want to hear what that sounded like when it was made. Well, you just open up the preset bank, go into leads, and there's a lead called Banger Lead. So all of these were made from actual presets themselves. You don't have to use them with these same sounds though. You could use them with any other sounds, of course, but just for an extra little push, you can, or extra little motivation, or just to hear what it really sounded like when it was made. You can use it that way. And there are a total of 120 presets. So about 120 it says 120, 5 folders. So 120 presets. Now going into the FL Studio pack. Now when you open that up, you got 808, clap, hat, kick, miscellaneous, and snare. When you open these up, they're FST files, so FL Studio only. So for instance, we open up the 808. These are the 808 mixer presets. You've got the club bopping, you got gritty, you got fat ass 808, you got mafia 808. If we go back, we go to clap. We got room clap, we got trap clap, we got a bunch of other ones. In the hi-hat, we got hit crash, crisp hat, trap hat, some other ones. In the kicks, we got beefy kick, heartbreak kick, knocking kick, punch kick, and some other ones. In miscellaneous, you've got things that will help you with sound. So you've got so we've got brass, bells, a dreamy lead, golden brass, choir, sign, snap, trap bells, rim shot, more choir things, more brass ones, plucks, orchestra hits, a lot of things that people use, a lot. And then in snares, you have a bunch of other ones. So you might have this one for the background layered snare. So if you want you have a snare in there, you want to be, just kind of in the background, drop that on it. You got your juicy snare, you got your roll snare to put on your snare rolls, trap snare, tube snare, so on. So there's a bunch of different presets you can mess around with in here, all for the low price as usual. So now, while we're on the computer in the first place, let's open up Massive. Boom. We are in Studio One Volume 3. And I'm going to demonstrate some of these. Sorry, that was my phone. I'm going to demonstrate some of these presets from the Trap Takeover Volume 3 preset bank for you. I'm just going to hit mute on the mic, and I'm just going to run through them. I'm not going to pause and go back and forth because that makes these videos insanely long, and I'm going to try to start making them a little shorter. Before I get into it, I want to say you will see me click up here and go through the sounds, right? All these sounds, I don't know if you can read them on your computer. It should be kind of clear if you make it HD on YouTube. But it says Trap 3 Jeezy Pad, for instance. The real preset is not called Trap 3 Preset Jeezy Pad. From my other preset banks in the past, people would get confused and they would email me after they buy the bank and be like, yo, I paid this much money for this sound. I really wanted this particular sound you had in your video. It's not in here. And I'm like, it's in there, bro. Like, if I demonstrated it, it's in there. And they're like, nah, I seen it on the screen. It was called whatever the hell ever, and it ain't in here. And I'm like, nah, see, you're getting it mixed up. I rename these sounds. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I should just name them what they are. But for me, I like to rename them for me anyway. When I go back and use them and I'm looking for a sound, you know what I mean? And I'm like, damn, I wish I had like a real dope Jeezy Pad. I mean, and it's already there. I already named it. I know it's there. So these, if you're paying attention to the names in any way, these are not the names of the sounds. All these sounds I'm about to play are in this preset bank, but they are not named, the real thing. Now, I'm thinking when I do choose them, the real name might pop up in Massive. Let me test that. 1 second. Yeah, it does. So, for instance, if I click on Trap 3 Kill It Lead, the real name of this preset is right here. Right here, if you can see my mouse circling around. So if in this demo you hear a few presets and you're like, oh shit, I'm getting this bank straight for those presets and I'll check the other ones out, but I need those presets, and you're like, what are the names of those exact ones? They're right here. You should be able to see them. Like this one's called Killa, Killah, but I named it Trap 3 Kill It Lead. So hopefully you can read the text that's right here. If not, just put it in 1080p blow the video up on your screen, and you should be able to work out the letters. So without further ado, I'm gonna jump in here. As you can see, I saved a ton of these sounds out of the 120. I went through the whole bank and I was like, what would be, not all of these, just from from the one that's blue all the way down to there. Not to say these are the only ones in the 120 that are good, because there's a ton of them good, but I was like, I like to choose the ones that are going to be the best suited for a demonstration. So I'm going to go through all of these very quick, well, not very quickly, but quickly, so I don't, make this video insanely long, and, let's get into it. All right, so that is the demonstration of a handful, a nice chunk of this preset bank. It's already 20 minutes long. I don't know. I try to keep these videos short, or I try to go into them thinking I'm going to be able to make them short, but you just can't make the shit short. I'm sorry. I'm sure most of you, don't want it to be short anyway, because if you're thinking about investing into something and buying something, you want to hear as much as you can anyway. So hopefully you enjoyed this demonstration. You can already hear the quality in this pack. You're going to be hearing definitely a handful of these sounds in a handful of my beats, because there's some of these sounds that are just blow you away. It's just already like, yo, just I'd pay that much just for that sound. So definitely pick it up if you're looking for some new sounds. And definitely if you use FL Studio, 100% check out the mixer presets pack. Even if you're already not bad at mixing, or if you're you're not a professional, like you're not like, oh, I'm super dope at mixing beats, whatever, but you get by. You can learn from these presets for sure. So yeah, check everything out, industrykits.com. Once again, thank you for watching, and let us know what you want next, because like I said, we're going to keep bringing you things we know you're going to like and you're going to love, but we also want to hear what you want. And if enough of you, massively say that's what you want, then we're going to, focus in on that and make sure we bring that to you at some point in time. So yeah, thanks again. Grind or die. I'm out.